Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LCK Spring 2025.
Setup for the dive though, so as long as he doesn't die, it's worth it.
Yeah. Sponge gonna get slowed down momentarily, just smashes for the wallbang, and that is going to be first blood going over to Rich. Very comfortably done, as there's no cannon left.
Every time I see the Neferi hit like a couple of bleeds, oh, Duro.
Yeah, Duro looking for the angle. He won't get the stun, but moves Rich back into danger. Andel's moving up though, and maybe they can turn it. Another crash from Sponge, and Duro's just dead. 16! That might be the maximum. Reality crept into my dream.
I'm glad, because I was good. Oh, Chovy might have to ult. Yep.
Hang on a second. Ulti going to be used from UCal here, as Chovy wanting to turn it. Man, pretty happy to just go straight into the Azir, but Sponge being able to get the smite out, the flash out of him. And on the other side, the Pigeon not so lucky. Another Charm actually hitting max range. Ruler with the follow-up, and there's an equalizer down. Sponge is dead. Oh God, I spoke way too soon.
Well, Atlas, that one's not on you. I'm not going to let people claim caster curses for that one.
Yeah, unfortunately, they are real, Chronicler, and I am the one that is to time. Everything's sort of done for a reason, is what it feels like here in this early game for Gen.G. Zandal moves back to the mid lane, but honestly, just here to pick up some Well, Sponge is looking to try and deny the perfect grubs. That does indeed come in. As Keen moving on over, wanted to charge that heat up, does manage to do so. Is now Teddy in a pretty safe spot, as that is a two-man on the Impale. Duro just flashes away though in the equalizer. Walk down here by Andel. He can't go back in again as Canyon goes untargetable for the moment. As that's a teleport in from Chovy, gets into that backline, misses the charm, but that doesn't matter. Down goes the Jace as Ruler is going to cleanse away any sort of stuns that are coming in. And Andel thrown around like a ragdoll entirely here. And we'll just get barbecued in the backline. Gen.G just seemingly immortal in this team fight. Teddy and UCal left alive, but unable to do any damage.
DRX!
If he doesn't die, if he stays alive for the rest of
It's
it.
also the 17th.
All right.
For Gen.G versus DRX.
Canyon moving in, Sponge in position. Canyon dives on top of him. The deadly flourish from max range, and goodbye, Mr. Skarner. This setup from Gen.G is disgusting.
Ondale looking for a punish, but he don't have the TP. UCal can't join.
Sidestep, and Canyon is going in, ladies and gentlemen. Solar Flare, and Canyon is out. Once again, that was 3 people.
UCal's the guy that's like,
all right, peace.
Hell no, I'm not, no part of this. I want out, and just flashes and leaves.
Yeah.
Good for you. Neferi's just Graves with extra steps, and I feel like Canyon wants to be Nidalee or Graves every
Oh God, I've seen this before. As Rich was there, I promise everyone, he was there. Not anymore.
Man, Duro,
oh,
he's been stepping it up. It's good to see.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's also easy to play support when
he's
like
just having a giggle. He's like,
can't be mad.
I can't really do anything about that. As, oh God, yeah.
Okay, he can do something about this. He's very far up.
He can't, well, not now. Now he can't do anything about it because he's too far up. So we're going to have to repeat the...
With the ultimate, Ruler can just open up.
He could almost die as well, as he's impaled, and Canyon comes in. Ruler is fine. Never mind. Duro's now coming down. Canyon continuing the fight here as the curtains are being called. Teddy is going to be his target. Decides to put a few bullets into Sponge as well, and Ruler picks it up with the last one. That is indeed curtains for Sponge, and you can't even blame him. This guy, I think that like in individual moments, this Skarner has looked really good. But he's 0-3, and it doesn't matter.
Unless he wants to... Oh, yeah, okay. I was about to say...
Yeah.
DRX, you got this. You got this!
Oh, UCal. I don't know what that was, but it looked kind of funny. As all right, they have managed to knock away the jungler, but they've killed the Azir. And now this is looking so deadly. Oh, my goodness. Rich gonna get taken out there as Canyon makes Teddy just watch. While the bleed is set. Oh, one last tick, and that is enough to take him down. Heartbreaking here for the 80 carry of DRX. And Gen.G, they've got a smorgasbord of things that they can take, and I think the Dragon is going to be on that list.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, he was not. It was not that close. Oh,
hang
Rich.
on.
A man with a dream.
maybe this was all for this moment instead, as Keen is going to be able to... Oh no, oh no, oh no, he's just dead. The Impale is going to get stopwatched as well by Keen. And now Sponge is getting blended. Okay, Yukal goes in. Doesn't have Emperor's Divide because he used it before. And Sponge, no! Oh god, thank goodness Yukal's actually able to grab the kill, but I don't know whether it was worth it. And by I don't know, I mean it was not worth it, ladies and gentlemen. Slammed into the wall and destroyed. The poor Pigeon kind of hit by a freight train here. And Gen.G will now take the drag.
I've been, you know, with the bleed as well, the final tick, that's just, it doesn't matter for the game.
No.
And then here, Rich is like, I've seen all these other...
They got Keen.
They did get Keen.
That's all I got.
Chovy has a 4-stacks Magi.
Canyon is looking to kill Rich again. That equalizer was unnecessary, Keen. We did not need to do that. It's okay. Canyon just going to dash over that one, find some daggers there as well, as now just going to avoid the Impale very comfortably. And yeah, DRX cannot catch a break.
I remember seeing a few of the games that Canyon played on the Neferi, and I think it was like the first two didn't look that great.
No. This one looks pretty good.
He looks so, yeah.
He's really, like,
it makes sense.
A lot of play on the edge as well, and I feel like that's the best look for Neferi.
It is, and it's in theory, it is a Canyon champion, right? It's an it's an 80 big 80 threat,
and it's a hands champ as well. Yeah,
it's a hands champ, exactly. So it makes sense that he'd be good at it. I just feel like before we didn't really see that season. Yeah, that is when we're all kind of like
And you know, I could like feel lazy for that, but just the food options around my place, because we live in a real old person area, so there's so many really, and they're like they're sitting around drinking makgeolli and like, you know, talking about their recent hike that they went on. That's when you know it's the goods, and there's like 11 of them. As we got a bit of a team fight starting off here, as Canyon might be engaged on. The Impale did actually work this time, but now he's out of there. And the Leona is just dead. They are all walking on the barbecue, by the way. As there's another explosion, Canyon just goes in, gets back out. Rich is in the bottom lane in the meantime, as Teddy's played some DDR, able to actually get out of the way of Chovy as well. Very nicely played. It means about nothing, as the Happy Bee is nowhere near the rest of the Gen.G members, and so he's just having a really good time. A natural habitat here for Rich.
Rich must have known the observers were going to highlight.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That is, he was giggling as that is one of the funniest things I've seen a player do.
Sorry, boys.
Oh!
Defined, you know, when things are due. He knew about HLE. We did not. Rich is going to get harpooned and destroyed, and Ruler going to find that 1-2 punch. 4-0-11 now on the Jin. That's neat. Duro now hunting.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh dear. Okay, well, Keen isn't super healthy, all right, there goes the Skana. Teddy is equalized, if you could really say that. Doesn't look very equal to me. Emperor's Divide does next to nothing. My God, this Rumble does so much damage.
Just end the game. Gen.G.
Please, please,
Gen.G.
please.
No, Gen.G. Okay. Thank you. No pings towards Nash.
No,
Dragon.
They should do Dragon first. Yeah, not Baron. No. That's a little bit too close to trying to win the game. No, never mind. Gen.G are looking to try and close this one out. Curtain call, just to make sure that Sponge cannot do anything. He already couldn't do anything, by the way. As Rich is going to respawn, but the Nexus is not until game 2. Gen.G not going to get upset here today, nor is Chovy going to die. So we're going to make that 6 games.
That's one of the coolest plays. You know, like a Chovy 4-man flash taunt. That was cool. That happened.
It's really interesting because my brain kind of computes that.
Let's drop the balls.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. All right, we are Flash Justice punching for a max range taunt. Yukal is dead for first blood, and I personally think there is
very go in, proc combo, and run out again.
Yep. Actually gives you an exit strategy.
Good tech.
Canyon has not missed a spear, and there's another Flash Pulverize here from Duro, much like last week, looking real good on the cow. The Kitty Cat gets yet another kill. There are a lot. It's like a menagerie on the Rift right now as the deer gets taken.
This is a really big issue nowadays.
Yeah.
Not just related to YouTube, but just in general. I would say it depends on the type of content. I think when it comes to art, not currently.
Well, just not all of them. As okay.
Also that.
Duro does finally go in. The door is now down as there is the heroic entrance, but it only gets a knock up onto the Braum. Yukal's teleported in as well as another taunt. The bullet time laid on top as Teddy nowhere to go. No chance to get out, and a gorgeous headbutt back onto Yukal as well. He's going to get decimated. Another kill goes over to Ruler, and Canyon is flashing forward to try and take down Sponge. The spear is going to land because of course it is. And Gen.G, this is looking on perfect game pace.
Completely cooks them. The bouncy hours of Alistair and Galio ends up being a big detriment, and then Canyon.
Oh, is this another replay? No, this is just Yukal dying.
Yep. So back to dinosaurs. Atlas, have you seen Land Before Time, the original?
Oh, of course I have. Littlefoot was like a lot of different points in my life.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, oh, cool dinosaurs, and then I was incredibly depressed. As Duro is just moving forward, does manage to interrupt the CC, but does get Chains of Corruption. Andil is likely to be dead, but can they get more is the question here as Chovy moves on to a killing spree. This Ruler just over here taking down an outer turret in the mid lane. It feels like there are twice as many Gen.G members on the map than there are DRX members, and I think that's because they have twice as much money as them, or at least that's Kane. As Gen.G, I don't know whether DRX really have too much of a right to contest this, but they're going to go for it. Chovy looks for Yukal on a flank angle, gets his flash out. As now Duro on the flank, but they need to wait for him. As Gen.G somewhat split at this point in time. Ghoulie Wall not going to lock down Chovy as Duro. The triple knock up into the bullet time! And there is the heroic entrance as well. They're only just able to take down Andal in the end, but they also get themselves the Rift Herald, and Rich is taking so much damage. In goes Duro once again! And now Canyon is just murdering them in melee range as this kitty cat, the taunt lands onto everyone, and Gen.G mop the floor with DRX. I would say that it was a good effort, but honestly, the fact that the perfect game is still alive makes it very interesting. That's what we need to keep track of and keep up to. There's that. There's also the fact that Chovy hasn't died in 6 games in a row, as that is a lot of Voidlings, Void Mites. As Canyon gonna go for another one. The smite comes down to interrupt him, as he's not gonna get sleepy, not gonna go for a one-man sleep. Is Sponge. Still Canyon takes half of his health bar, likely to be able to primarily surge himself back up to a decent health rating. Does.
No, wait, 2020 Griffin. Chovy in 2020 was in DRX.
Wait, yeah. Wait.
Ah, boo.
Yeah, different one. Damn it.
Boo.
I see KT versus Griffin, and all I can think about is... and Iroven Woodid was on that team. Oh, man. Sorry, Woodid.
KT?
2020 KT sounds like a BDD KT, maybe?
No, BDD was Gen.G 2022.
Yep. Now we're going to get Yundo on it. He'll let us know it was on KT in 2020 as well.
They can't lose Otacon, by the way.
Well, they are going to.
No, I mean, Gen.G can't. Yes,
because otherwise they won't get a perfect game. All right, there's some knockups. Andil able to walk his way out. Oh no! Oh no, turret! The turret's going to go down! No, Rich! Don't do it! Oh, why? Why?
You had one job!
Perfect game is dead. Rip the perfect game. You almost got there. One turret.
I love that Jonas Strongest did the zoom because he knew the people would want to see this.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Okay, well, Gen.G are going to be able to take down this inner turret. It's moving towards 24 minutes into the game. So we'll have Baron up relatively soon. Chains of Corruption do go down as Canyon will murder Sponge. Just needs another little swipey swipe. Well, he's not going to be able to get one.
X broken. It's fine. Just go in.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, perfect game is doomed.
You don't have to care anymore.
As long as Chovy doesn't die, you'll be fine, Gen.G. All right. Canyon will take a bit of damage here from the Ghoulies, but otherwise not too much to worry about. And DRX still able to keep their...
I can see that.
You know, like filthy but artistically.
No, I get what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. That's all right, there's a help pole. It's going to connect onto the Braum, who does have the door, but the door isn't exactly mitigating as much as we'd want it to, as there's the bullet time. He waits for the Unbreakable to wear off, as now the heroic entrance comes down. Canyon kept alive, as Teddy does his very best, but it's just not quite enough.
I do want to give Rich credit. This is his job. That he's doing great.
Yes, be inside lane.
That's his one job.
Very
if
true.
you somehow win this game, it's got to be Rich just doing this. Nothing. This is it. That's all you need to do. Just keep going. Keep on trucking.
Yeah, you got another guy in chat, by the way, saying like Surf Rock as the goalies.
Yeah.
So I can hear that as well. Another turret, but I guess the perfect game's already dead.
Doesn't matter.
Who really cares?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's totally okay. As we've got some pings on the Baron.
Rich has a pretty
good sign. As, oh no, the Maiden. The Maiden! Ruler wants that money. He wants that money so bad as, yeah, Sadby. Obviously, 50 gold over to Ruler. Yeah, very Sadby. Understandable there, really. He's Maiden once again.
That man is an entertainer.
Oh my god. 50% of his health bar with a double up. That doesn't feel great. Well, we're flashing for a Justice Punch as Ando going to be the sacrificial Braum once again. Yukal threw some spells into Chovy and didn't manage to break his magic shield. As down goes Ando yet again. Another bullet time is beautifully positioned as Yukal does get into his Realm Warp to get himself out. The Hextech Soul is up and available here for Gen.G, but I think they might want to get the buff from the Nexus as well.
What buff?
I think it's called Win.
What does it do?
It makes you win.
And
then one of your teammates gets voted for POM and you get to do an interview. It's pretty cool, actually.
Okay.
Oh, Rich going for the steal!
Wow, let him have it.
Wow, Rich didn't have smite? That's
boo,
so weird.
Canyon, boo. Give him something. So, who's your POM vote?
My POM vote? Canyon. 1000%. Or Duro. After, like, this and all the other things. Chovy's also played well. Maybe we just give it to Gen.G. Why don't you write down Gen.G? Huh.
Well, his game. Remember his
yeah.
Ari?
Yeah. And actually, his Galio's been phenomenal as well.
But
I just feel like
Canyon's
Neferu is also so good in game
one. It was,
one.
yeah. If Canyon gets
Yukal's dead.
That's fine.
Chovy is going pretty quick.
You know, I think I'm just biased because Chovy playing Galio again.
Yeah.
It just brings back good memories.
Does. As bullet time flies in. Oh, the Unbreakable from Andal is kind of decent here as Sponge trying to get a flank angle off. Ruler is relatively low as the Maiden going aggressive, but not quite aggressive enough here. As look at these health bars.
The damage!
Just melting.
The Dominus!
Yeah, that was... We are getting some information about this buff of the Dominus above level 16. Looking great as now Gen.G just trying to add insult to injury, but they will take down the Nexus. That was